Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of ranking on mobile. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Good afternoon, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. Yeah, we've been talking about mobile a lot. There's a lot of stats out showing just how important it is and the growing importance. We've been talking about social too, similar trends there. Yet there's still a lot of interest in desktop. So what's some of the data we're talking about today, Chad? Here is a new study from seoClarity talking about just how important it is to have high rankings, which we already know in the desktop world, but particularly for the mobile world. And let me break this data down for you so you can understand what we're seeing. They did a very large study, and they analyzed more than 2 billion impressions, quite a few clicks for a period of over 90 days. And what they saw, Chad, is that the click-through rate for the #1 spot in mobile gets 3 times as many clicks as the #1 spot in desktop on a relative basis. So let me break that down for you. So if you look at mobile, the click-through rates are 28% for the top ranking, 9% for the second, and 4% for the third. So it drops off very dramatically from that first position in the rankings, organic rankings, to the second to the third. Versus desktop, we've always talked about how it drops off, but it drops off more gradually for desktop users. Again, looking at organic search, the click-through rate for the top ranked spot is 19%, which is a good 10 points lower than it is for mobile. That 19 drops to 11 for position number 2 and 8% for the third position. So what can we make of all this data?
Well, it certainly is a winner-take-all type of moment here, because I think that if more traffic's moving to mobile and you're basically showing here that #1 ranking is critical, it really is tough for a lot of businesses because, as we know, a lot of people come to us and want to be in position 1, but it's very difficult to knock the guy above you off the page. But here we are on a device that has less screen space. So I think we do know a lot about mobile, that people are spending more of their time there. We know how important it is. We know, for example, from a Brown Bag the other day, that we know 80% of local searches that happen on mobile devices lead to purchases. People are looking for things like addresses, hours, directions, and that 55% of consumers using mobile research want to buy within an hour, certainly, and then 83% within a day. So I think, Adam, this is one of those, it's a really good information, something that we need to start baking into how we talk about your mobile strategy. But I do think it's a pretty high bar for to be setting, so that small businesses are needing to get position 1 in order to get that click-through rate that we're talking about here.
Yeah, it's pretty startling, really. It's saying it's that much more important to be #1 on mobile, which is where all the growth is, and yet we're here in the same week that Google's got Penguin 3.0 coming out saying, to be #1, you've really got to follow the rules, and those rules are very vague, and it's hard to know exactly what you can do. So this data suggests be very aggressive to get to #1. Of course, Penguin 3.0 suggests don't be aggressive in the wrong way. So I think all roads lead back to real SEO, and probably even more importantly, doing it the right way so you stay up in position 1. Well, that's our coverage of this new data from this seoClarity study. We'd like to hear your thoughts. Drop us a comment. Better yet, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.